Alright, so we're going to do a little bit of a lure test on this trip. I want to do a comparison between the Gulp jerk shad and the Alabama Leprechaun jerk shad. I'm basically going to do 3 casts of each. I'm going to do 3 casts with the Gulp jerk shad, then switch over, do 3 casts with the Alabama Leprechaun jerk shad, and continue at that throughout the trip and see which one catches more fish. Now, Gulp is already, scented with Gulp juice, and I'm going to have the Alabama Leprechaun jerk shad scented with Dr. Juice. Now, I have them rigged up the exact same way, the exact same hook. This is a 3/0 1/8 ounce Haas Helix hook on both baits. I've got the hook tied on with a loop knot on both baits using 20-pound leader with both baits. Rods have the same action, so there's no discrepancies there as far as what I'm using and how they're rigged up. So again, gonna throw each one 3 times each, just alternating back and forth, and let's see which one catches more fish. Now the retrieve that I'm doing is also going to be similar. I'm doing basically a double bounce with a pause with the jerk shad, both jerk shads. So retrieve is going to be the same, everything's going to be the same except for the lure itself. Obviously 2 different lures, same profile, and also they do have different scent, so that's another thing there. Juice up the Leprechaun, make it fair so they both have scent. So here was the first catch of the trip. I was just basically casting out to wherever I saw activity and giving a double bounce with a brief pause, continuing that retrieve, and was able to come across a redfish here. There we go. There we go. Here's a fish. That's an Alabama Leprechaun. There we go. So, 1 for the Leprechaun. Nice red on the Leprechaun. So, Leprechaun 1, jerk shad 0 so far. Nice little red on the Leprechaun. So far in the lead. Now this next fish here shook loose, but I'll still count it because he did strike the lure.
Another one. On the Leprechaun. Leprechaun. Oh, he got off. Well, Leprechaun's winning so far. 2 fish. Just had one get off there. Nice red. Oh, got him. Nice. Nice. And another one on the Alabama Leprechaun. Seems like as soon as I switch over, it's either on the first cast or the last of the 3 casts, I get one on the Alabama Leprechaun. Nice fish. Healthy one. On the Leprechaun, that's 2 landed, 3 total, missed 1. And the Gulp jerk shad is currently sitting at 0. There he goes. It's a nice thing about the water being cold. Those fish are ready to go as soon as they hit the water. So just some quick tackle talk of what I'm using here on this trip. I have our slot machine rod. This is a 7'6" medium power fast action rod, and I've got it paired up with a 2500 Shimano Stratic FL, 10-pound Power Pro, 20-pound Berkley Vanish fluorocarbon leader. And then over here, this is a custom rod I had made by Century. Had it made custom by Black Pelican Custom Rods, and same power, same action. It's a medium power fast action. And I've got a 3000 Shimano Stratic FL on there. Same size reels, but 3000 has a higher gear ratio, so it picks up line quicker. And same 10-pound Power Pro, 20-pound Berkley Vanish leader, And as far as the lures go, as we talked about in the lure contest, 5-inch Alabama Leprechaun jerk shad, 3/0 1/8 ounce Haas helix hook, and have that paired up with some Gulp juice, or Dr. Juice rather, on the Leprechaun. And then over here I have the same hook, 3/0 1/8 ounce Haas helix hook, and a 5-inch camo colored Gulp jerk shad. And you don't need to add scent to the Gulp because it's already pre-scented. Scent is actually absorbed into these lures and releases as you're using it in the water. All right, let's go ahead and go back to the Gulp. It's another rule. If I do catch a fish on either the first or second cast, go ahead and switch over.
So this next red here would have been on the Gulp jerk shad, but I had the line break right when I went to set the hook.
Oh, they just got broken off on the Gulp jerk shad. Hold up. See if I can get some redemption here. So the Gulp jerk shad got hit, but I got broken off as soon as I set the hook.
Now since I got broken off, I just went ahead and switched over to the Alabama Leprechaun since I already had it tied on to see if I can get another strike.
Oh, there we go. Redemption with the Alabama Leprechaun. Sweet. Redemption. Oh, that's a nice trout. There's a nice trout on the Leprechaun. This trout makes number 4 for the Leprechaun. I had just missed something on the jerk shad. It broke my line as soon as I set the hook. That trout go, nice trout. So we're gonna take a break here to retie and then get back to business. So my line broke there when I went to set the hook. And I want to blame it on not retying before I went on this trip. I usually retie everything before I go on any trip, but today for some reason didn't retie. And guess what happens? Ooh, there's a whole school of them right there. Whole school of fish right there. Look at them. That was with the Gulp jerk shad, so they didn't discriminate there. All right, Gulp jerk shad finally got one there. This would have been number 2 on the Gulp jerk shad, but the last one broke me off. If I can find that school again, that would be ideal. As always, if you catch a fish on one, switch to the other. Back to the Leprechaun. There's another one, this time on the jerk shad. Oh, that must be the school there. So this is number 5 on the Alabama Leprechaun. Almost seem to be going back and forth right now between the two. Yes. Ooh, red's right there. Oh. There's a good one. There's a good one. He is not happy about that. Not happy about that. Well, the Gulp might take the cake for the biggest red, unless this guy is just extra feisty. Yeah, that's a nice size red. That's a nice one. Yeah, that's the biggest one of the day. Morning, rather. Gulp Jerk Shad leads on that account. The Gulp Jerk Shad has disappeared. Aborted. Nice red. Yeah, that's the nicest one of the day there. On the Gulp Jerk Shad. And he's gone. A lot of these fish I'm catching seem to be anywhere from about 25 to 30 yards off the shore in roughly 2 feet of water. 1.5 to 2 feet of water, muddy bottom, patchy grass. Water clarity is clear but not too clear, a little cloudy. Alright, so these islands here usually have a good amount of water underneath the mangroves. Let's see if we can top off a slam with the snook. Possibly. Let's see. Just heard something pop up here. Sounded snookish, so we'll see. These types of trees are ideal for snook. Or reds. Or reds. That works too. Okay. Oh, there's a school of them. They are schooled up, that's for sure. On the Leprechaun.
Alright, last fish of the day here. As you can see, it was sprinkling a bit, had a few showers starting to roll through, so decided to call it a day after this. But again, this was the last fish. I saw him pretty much cruising right up against the shoreline here, tossed the Gulp Jerk Shad, and got him to hit right away.
Oh, 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 there we go. Fish on. Little rainy red. And that one came on the Jerk Shad. And off you go. Go on. I know you want to go. There you go. That was a Gulp Jerk Shad red.
Alright, so here are the results of the trip. The Alabama Leprechaun Jerk Shad, the 5-inch Jerk Shad, was able to get 6 strikes. I landed 5 of those fish. And the Gulp Jerk Shad was able to get 4 strikes and landed 3 fish. So 6 to 4. Now the Leprechaun Jerk Shad obviously got the most fish, and then the Gulp Jerk Shad took home the gold with the biggest fish of the trip. So as you can see, it was a pretty close race between both of the lures. You know, one didn't really blow the other one out of the water. It was a nice close race. What was really most important was actually being in an area where they were active feeding fish. You know, being in the right spot, also being there at the right time under certain conditions. So if you're interested in seeing if you're a fit for the Insider Club, just head over to saltstrong.com/pricing or click the link right down below. Also, if you're interested in most of the tackle and gear that I mentioned in this video, you can pick that up on our shop page at fishstrong.com. And if you are an Insider member, you do get an exclusive discount on tackle and gear. So definitely be sure to take advantage of that. So that will wrap up this video. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to drop them down below. Until next time, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.